Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and today I thought I would chat with you guys and gals a little bit about something that is a myth that needs to die, and that's this idea that women get big and bulky and masculine from lifting weights. Sorry guys, that's just simply not true. And I don't care how many women who use 55-gallon drums of anabolic steroids claim they're natural and they got that way from lifting weight. That's called lying. It's something we should be used to in the fitness industry. Guys do it nonstop. I promise you, most of your male fitness influencers who claim natural you use anabolics. So we need to understand that when it comes to women, when you are seeing these really jacked women, they're usually on pretty hefty amounts of stuff, right? Usually on hefty amounts of anabolic drugs, which are, for the most part, derivatives of male hormones. Okay, and they're oftentimes using them at very large amounts. And I think what you need to realize, like women worry about this, men struggle to get big. Like the average guy struggles to get too big. So many guys get in this and think they're going to get really big and jacked and muscular, and they start lifting weights and they find out real fast when it doesn't happen in the first year. Maybe they were looking at guys who've been training for 10 years and who use drugs. Okay. Sorry, guys, that's not how it works. I'm not saying some guys don't get better results than others. There's genetics, there's work effort, work ethic, all those things. Same thing with women to some extent, but again, women do not have the same hormones that men do. They do not have the same muscle fiber distribution and density that men do, particularly in the upper body. Okay? The lower body's pretty good, upper body not so much. So when you hear this concern, women are like, well, I don't look like one of those women. But then they find out, a lot of times I'll be like, which ones? And they'll show me some woman who's juiced up. Okay. Or they will show me some fitness type competitor who is contest ripped, who isn't that big. And I'll look at them and go, you do know she's just low body fat. They're like, what? Losing all your fat makes you look manly? If that's what you call it, look manly, then yes, that's what happens when you lose all your fat. Right? Like, what do you think toned muscle looks like when there's no fat over it? Which I think throws them off because they're always like, oh, I want to lose all my fat. And I'm like, so you want a six-pack with veins and striations in it, and you want striations, right? You want your shoulders to look like they're chiseled out of granite with 50 striations running down them, and you want veins crisscrossing your chest and veins crisscrossing your abs. And they're like, well, no, gross. A lot of women, because that's their viewpoint. I'm like, so why are you saying you want to lose all your fat? You get down to, 11, 12% body fat as a woman, that is what you are going to look like. You're going to have veins all over your chest. That's exactly what's going to happen, like crisscrossing them like the bodybuilder chicks. You have striations, veins all through your deep six-pack, right? You're going to be able to see every muscle fiber in your body. That's what happens. That's what being really, really lean does. So then I think it throws them off. And they're like, well, so you all saw her fat. You know, the big, like, yeah, that woman you're looking at weighs 105 pounds. Like, what? I've had that happen. I'm like, yeah, I know her. She's 105 pounds in that picture. And it just blows their mind. Because they're not prepared for that. And they're not understanding what they're thinking of as really big as a result of drugs. And then the women are seeing who are dieted down. I'm like, you do know she doesn't look like that in the off season. Like, that's not what she looks like 99% of the time. That's a temporary look, right? You diet down that lean, temporarily. And she may look curvy and not have any veins the rest of the year. So don't diet too lean. So really, what does lifting do for women? It makes women burn body fat, makes them look more toned. Okay? It lets you eat more food, right? Obviously, we want to have strength. We want to have some muscle mass. We want those things because they help us through many things in life. They help fight off cancer. I mean, let's talk about that. I mean, tell women what it does. It reduces your chances of getting cancers. How about that? How about that high on the list? More so than any other form of exercise. It reduces your chance of getting diabetes, heart disease. Helps with osteoporosis. Because you are going to get old one day. It helps with this stuff. That's what you want. You want to fight off all that bone mineral loss through bone density from lifting heavy. You want to have a higher metabolic rate. If you lift weights and gain a significant amount of muscle, which is still not going to be what you're thinking of with those women, guess what? You're going to burn more calories walking around. In other words, you can eat more food and maintain your body weight, or you gain a significant amount of muscle, you might lose weight on more food than you maintain your weight on now. So in other words, let's say like right now, you're like, oh, I can't lose any weight. I stay at the same weight at 1,800 calories, right? Which I don't think is a lot of food. That's like a small meal for me. I'm like, yeah, but what happens if you gain a bit of muscle? You train really hard for a year. 1,800 will be a weight loss. Like you'll probably have to eat 22, 23, 2,400 calories just to maintain your weight. Like, well, how does that translate to? Well, that's about 30% more food. Every day, 7 days a week, just to not lose weight. 30% more food. Yeah, that's kind of what it does. It makes it harder for you to maintain your body weight without eating more. Now, I think for most people that sound, unless you're obviously in absolute poverty and can't afford any food, that sounds like a pretty good deal, I think, for most people. I think most women, if they knew that, they'd be like, wait, I would have to eat more food to keep the body weight I have right now. Yeah, you'd have to eat more food. You wouldn't be able to, you would have to. It wouldn't be optional. Literally have to eat more food or you start losing weight. I think for most women out there, I don't think that's what should be seen as a bad thing. You get to eat more wiggle room on your diet. Okay? So, lifting weights, that's what it does. Speeds up metabolic rate, makes you look more toned, makes you look sexier, makes you more compact. And when the muscle you will gain, it'll be easier to gain the muscle in your lower body. What does that mean? Your glutes, your calves, your thighs, all the stuff that looks good, right? That can get a little thicker. Now, if you get leaner, it won't necessarily be that much thicker if you lose too much body fat. Because again, that body fat will displace a lot of that. But better shape, right? So even in that case, it would give them a better shape, nicer shape, rounder, firmer. Okay? Help you have a flatter stomach while eating more food. And it'll make you more competent physically, more capable physically. Okay? Again, just being stronger makes certain parts of your life a lot easier and a lot safer. These are good things. This is what lifting weights does. You're not going to look like you think you're going to look. All right, guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I'll talk to you guys and gals next time.